Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is very weird because I'm holding my phone. I just got back from church and I was not planning on shooting a video or anything on the bed, and I just thought of sharing this with someone who needs to hear this. So guys, most of us have seen videos or quotes saying that everyone has everyone is fighting a battle that you don't know about, so be kind. Honestly, this statement or quote or whatever it's called, it has always been at the back of my head, but then back of my mind, but then I've never really experienced, well, maybe I have, but then I didn't know that I'm experiencing that particular quote or whatever. So I just want to share something with you to motivate whoever is watching, or just to boost up your faith or whatever, just to let you know that whatever battle you're fighting, you're not the only one. Many people are out there smiling, laughing, but deep down they're fighting the worst battles that you think you are the worst. Or so last week, I just hope the person doesn't mind. I'm gonna get permission to post this video, but I'm not gonna mention names, of course. So last week when I was coming from school, no, from work, I was coming from work. I saw this guy. I looked at him, but before I tell you the story, mind you guys, everything happens for a reason. I know you know this already, but let me remind you that everything happens for a reason. Every single thing in your life, be it a delay or whatever, it happens for a reason. So normally I'm supposed to leave work at 5 o'clock. I'm supposed to be out of work, but I leave 10 minutes or 5 minutes before 5. So that day I was feeling very heavy to leave work, no more time. I started delaying myself. I found myself doing things at a very slow pace, and I was asking myself, why is this thing? And I kept looking at the time. Mind you, I could see that the time is going, but then I was just feeling down, lazy. And then when the time to go came, it was 5 o'clock. I was still at work. 10 past 5, quarter past 5. I was like, no, let me walk. Mind you, when I'm walking, I walk very fast. But that day, I went to the shop. I bought what I wanted to buy. I started walking in a very slow pace. And then when I got to the station, I realized that there was a queue, long queue, not so long, but. And then I saw this guy. He's almost my age. Like I said, I'm not gonna mention names or age or anything in case you know this person, and then you know. But I saw this guy, and I heard a voice that I should approach this guy and I should say something nice to him. But then I was like, God, I'm here, I'm tired, and all I wanted was just to get inside the my transportation and just go home. So I um I said something to this guy. When we got inside, I looked at this guy and I said, "Are those specs like spectacles?" And he was like, "Yes." And then I was like, "Oh, they look good on you." He giggled and sighed at the same time. And then he was like, "Oh, thank you. You're the first person to tell me that." And then I was like, "Oh no, they're very nice, you know." And they did look good on him, you know. They look like they look like fashionable glasses, and at the same time they are specs. And then he was like, so immediately I wanted to put on my AirPods and watch something because I don't really like to be, this noise that happens. I just don't like that. So he was like, thank you. And then as I put on my AirPods, he started talking. Then I took them off, and then he was like, are you a student? I was like, oh yes, I'm a student. And then he was like, oh, that's nice. And then I was like, are you a student? I was like, yes, I'm a student. And then he was like, what are you studying? I said, I'm studying psychology. And I asked him, what are you studying? And he mentioned what he's studying. And he asked me, which year are you? And then I said, I'm in my second year this year. And he told me which year he is in. And then that was the end of the conversation. Then I put on my earphones, and then we carried on the journey. And as we got to our destination, he said, could you please just wait? I just have a question for you. I was like, okay. Mind you guys, I was feeling cold, and I was still feeling something about this guy that I needed to say, but I just couldn't say. I was like, okay. And then we got off, and then he said, I'm asking for a friend. What advice would you give someone who's about to commit suicide? I was like, do you mind taking my number? He said, no, I don't want your number. I said, can you give me yours? He said, no. So I was like, I would need to guide you and tell you what to say to this person. So he was like, no, just say something so that I can tell the person. Immediately the Holy Spirit ministered to me that he's the one that is actually facing this. He's the one who is depressed. He is the one who is at the verge of taking his life. I said, you know what I would tell to someone who's about to take their life, so and so and so. I said what I needed to say, and he was like, do you mind if I walk you home as we talk? Immediately I knew that, Holy Spirit, everything you've ministered to me is not a lie but indeed true. The guy didn't know what to say, and immediately, instead of saying tell your friend to do so, I started saying it as though I'm talking to him. I said, if you're about to take your life, this and this and this, guys. Mind you, I didn't know that the guy had started weeping already. He started crying in the streets, guys. And to fast forward the story, I prayed for him and we are still in contact now. I'm still encouraging him not to take his life. And mind you, that day, that was probably the last day that I was going to see him. And he told me that he has made up his mind. As he go home, everything is prepared, guys. Now imagine if I had not listened to the voice that I should compliment him. Guys, at times we feel that the Holy Spirit does not speak to us or minister to us, but it may sound like a voice, it may sound like you're conscious that is saying something, but that's the Holy Spirit. And my spiritual father always say that for you to differentiate between the voice of God and the voice of the devil will keep on making noise and saying all this nonsense in your head. But if it's God, he will only whisper it once and that's it. So the decision was now in my hands. Was I going to listen or not? And mind you, I did listen. If that boy had killed himself, his blood was going to be on my hands, but I can only thank God. So why am I sharing this video with you guys is to let you know that you are not the only one that's fighting battles. Be kind, be nice, because you don't know what someone is going through. Many of us, we are so good at masquerading. We know how to put on a play. We know how to put up a show, but deep down we are dying, but we cannot say what we are really facing through or what we are going through. So just be nice, be kind. It doesn't take away anything from you. Did anything go missing on my face? Did I lose an eye for complimenting this guy? No. Did I lose a teeth or nothing? My ears? Nothing, guys. It does not take anything away from you. Just be kind, be humble, and listen to the voice of the Holy Spirit when he ministers to you, because most of us have missed and most of us have missed our opportunities, all in the name of ignorance. So the decision is now yours, guys. I just thought of sharing this with you. Are you going to listen or not? The decision is yours and the ball is in your court. Bye.